Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Miss Comika and welcome back to Pull List. This is going to be for the week of February 15th. I ended up getting 3 different issues this week. I ended up picking up Wolverine X-23, and this is the True Believers version, so it was $1, just a reissue of the original one that came out I think like 2004. Then I got God Country issue number 2. And I got Mother Panic issue number 3. So let's start with God Country. So this is God Country and this is issue number 2. I didn't read issue number 1, but I did hear a lot of great things about it, so I decided to pick it up and try to chomp in early, if you will. And to be honest, didn't necessarily like it, just to be honest. I'm gonna rate it like 1 star out of 5. And it's not because I hated it. If I hated it, I would give it 0 out of 5. To be honest, it really is kind of like an image reimagining of Thor. There's a sword, there's gods, regular people being given godlike powers. So there wasn't really anything original to this to me, and it really didn't interest me. But that's pretty much what it's about. Moving on to the second comic that I got this week, which was Mother Panic. This is Mother Panic issue number 3, another one that I'm trying to jump in early. I did not read issues number 1 or 2, but it is part of the DC's Young Animal line, which is kind of being overseen by Gerard Way. And Doom Patrol is actually part of this DC Young Animal line as well, which I'm really into Doom Patrol, even though I've only read the most recent issue. I want to go back and read like all of the ones that I've missed. I actually really liked Mother Panic. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 stars just because I don't really know a lot that's going on, because I did jump into it on issue number 3, which isn't their fault. It is based in the Batman universe, so there are cameos from Batman. This issue had Batwoman. It is definitely rated more mature, so there's a lot of like violence and language going on. The third one that I got was X-23, and this is issue number 1, a reissue of number 1, and it was $1. The reason why I picked it up is because I've always been really interested in X-23, just because, I mean, she's not Wolverine, and it's a girl, and it's the X-Men series, and also I'm sure the reason why they're reissuing this is because of Logan that's coming out, the little girl that's in the trailer, that's X-23. And I've actually never read any of her original stories. I've just kind of read comics that had her featured in it, and I always found her really interesting just because she's like really gritty and hardcore, and her origin story, the idea is really cool, so I was really excited to pick this one up. And honestly, this is my favorite comic of the week. Really want to pick up the trade. This X-23 issue number 1, I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 stars just because it was really creative and I'm really intrigued by this. So definitely the best issue that I got all week. So moving into more of the spoilers version of this. If you don't want to be spoiled, then stop watching the video now. Going back to God Country, the reason why I didn't like it was, honestly, it's literally just a reimagining of Thor through the Image universe. I mean, I didn't read the last issue, so I missed out on that, but basically what I've uncovered with this issue is there's this old man, he had Alzheimer's, and this sword has chosen him to become the representation of the sword basically, and he's been given like godlike abilities, and he's been cured of his Alzheimer's, but only when he's with the sword. And he's been given these like godlike powers, so he's able to fight with immense strength. Then he's encountered by this opposing like alien basically that comes down from outer space and is questioning him, and they have kind of like this discussion, and the alien is like, hey, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into, please give me the sword and we know what to do with it. And homie's kind of like, I kind of like the powers that I've been given, and I've been trusted with these powers, so I'm gonna keep using them. Really not original in my opinion. The art was pretty okay, pretty good. Nothing that really like blew my socks off that would really encourage me to continue this series. So if you like Image comics and if you're obsessed with Thor and you can't get enough of the story, pick it up. I'm sure you'd like it. Moving on to the second comic that I got this week, back to Mother Panic, and this is issue number 3. Like I said, I really liked it. I was put off a little bit when I started reading it and I realized it was in the Batman universe and Batman's gonna be in it, I'm just like, oh my god, DC, move on from Batman, you know? I just kind of find Batman, to be honest, like really dull and played out, and it's like, okay, like we get enough of Batman, can we get some originality? That's my own personal opinion, but with Mother Panic, it's kind of like the answer to all of that. I typically lean towards more mature stories, more grown-up stories, and this is what the DC Young Animal is really accomplishing for me. Really dark and gritty. The part that really like locked it in for me was the end, where it talks about how her older brother blames her for their father's death and drops her off at this like Catholic church slash school, boarding school, where like these nuns kind of seem like evil. It says, I hope they make you suffer, you deserve that and worse. So it's pretty fucked up, and really interested into seeing where this comic goes. And then moving on to the last comic, which is X-23. Really cool. It did come out in 2004, and I'm surmising that by the signature of the cover artist at the bottom, which says 2004. X-23 is a perfect clone of Weapon X, which is Wolverine, and the only imperfection is that she's female, and it talks about why she's female in here. Is she's created because they're trying to duplicate Weapon X, because as you know, Weapon X escaped, said it, so they need a new Weapon X, and all of the regular human beings that they are trying to create Weapon X from, they can't take the training, they just die. Like there's too much stress, so they need to create a duplicate of Weapon X in order to create a specimen that can sustain this extent of testing. So in order to do that, they hire on this genetics scientist, and they task her with creating a clone of Weapon X, Wolverine. She's able to do this, however, she's having problems duplicating the Y chromosome, which is the male chromosome, and she tells them that she's able to do it's going to be an exact twin, and that everything is going to be exactly the same, but she's going to be female. They tell her, no, we hired you on to give us an exact clone. We want male, so get back to work. Well, she says, fuck you guys, like I know that I can make this exact clone, but female, so I'm gonna do this on the side. Yeah, I'm gonna be trying to get this male clone, but I'm also going to be working on the side, like under the radar, for female version. And so of course she comes to the female version, and she presents it to her boss and is like, hey, like I can give you an exact male clone, but it's going to take 6 to 10 years, probably. Or you can use this completed embryo, an exact duplicate otherwise, tonight. So it's your choice. And so the boss says, okay, fine, go ahead and go through with it. And so she says, okay, well, I need a surrogate, so find me a surrogate tonight. So he tasks her like rival who was heading this project up before she got there. He kind of feels like she's stepping on his toes. The boss tasks him with getting this surrogate mother. So homie decides he's going to get back at her, and he's going to say, okay, fine, like I found you a surrogate, it's going to be you. If you want this project to go through, it's going to have to be you. So of course she wants her project to go through, so she agrees to it. So now she's carrying X-23, even though she's like the geneticist that like created her, like now she's become the experiment. So she carries X-23 full term and has the baby, and that's how the issue ends, is with little X-23's hand with the little slits for the blades in her hand. So I found it very interesting, and I definitely want to see where this goes. Like I want to see X-23's like childhood and how she was raised, and how she where she goes from here. So that's all the comics that I got this week. I got 3, and did you guys pick up any of these? I don't know if you guys have read X-23. Are you excited for Logan? Like who isn't excited for Logan? Even if you're not into comic books, I know like you're excited for Logan, but I'm excited for Logan, not because of Logan, but because of X-23. I'm really interested to see where they take her. What about God Country? Like, is this something that I need to continue to read? Am I just giving it a hard time and judging it prematurely? Let me know. All right, well, that's all I have for this week. Thanks you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also go ahead and look in the description box below for my social media, which is my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and my anime list. I'm most active on Twitter, so go ahead and tweet me if you have any questions or suggestions, and definitely feel free to start discussions in the comments box below. And I will see you guys next week. Bye!